This is Channel 2 News Saturday.
Good evening. It has happened again. Another out-of-control driver has mowed down pedestrians on a New York City sidewalk, sending 2 children and 2 adults to the hospital.
And the driver went to jail. He was behind the wheel without a license. In fact, his record shows a staggering 63 license suspensions. The case comes on the heels of 2 other accidents involving motorists with a history of reckless driving. This time, the car plowed into 4 pedestrians on a sidewalk in Brownsville, Brooklyn. Police say 23-year-old Alexander Cephas was speeding in his 1984 Cadillac when he hit one car, then jumped the sidewalk and slammed into a 2-year-old girl, a 4-year-old boy, and 2 adults. Police on the scene soon learned the driver's record is horrendous.
Unlicensed, unregistered, uninsured.
Ay, Dios mío. Denora Santos of Crown Heights has also come into painful contact with an unlicensed driver. On Thursday, her 2-year-old son Federico was killed and her 5-year-old son Jonathan critically injured by an out-of-control livery cab when the family was waiting at a traffic crossing on Eastern Parkway. Police arrested Kennedy Yvonne Benoit, who's had his license revoked in 2 states, charging him with manslaughter, assault, and speeding. Also this week, the family of 8-year-old Jonathan Medina buried the child, who was struck by a Jeep April 16th. At the time, another little boy described what happened.
It was a red light. The van ran out the red light.
It ran through the red light?
Yeah, and then the boy's running fast, and he flipped over. The
driver in that case told his story to Channel 2.
All of a sudden, I saw the kid running from between 2 cars straight into the middle of the street.
What Channel 2 News also learned is that Mordecai Levy has had his license suspended 47 times over the last 5 years. Recent events suggest the problem of out-of-control drivers has reached crisis proportions. Channel 2's Mike Taibbi has just concluded a special report on New York's fatal crossings, finding there are an average of 600 traffic deaths in the city every year. 300 of the victims are pedestrians. The incidents this week have enraged some people tired of reckless drivers.
Shouldn't be driving in the street, tomorrow or after a month or even after a year.
The 4-year-old boy injured in today's accident is now in critical condition at Kings County Hospital. The 2-year-old girl is in stable condition. The driver is charged with reckless endangerment. Reggie.
The people who keep New York City's subways running say they're being plagued by a new kind of thief, urban miners pulling valuable copper from subway tunnels. As Channel 2's Lisa Castleman reports, the cost is also being felt by commuters.
Right. To see firsthand how copper cables are getting ripped off of the subway system, we went down under with transit cops into a subway tunnel where most copper thieves do their dirty work.
One time this room was filled with cable.
The thieves, most of them crack addicts, desperate to fund their next fix, cut the cable and sell it to scrap shops for 50 cents to $1 a pound.
A lot of times they'll just have a regular pair of wire cutters, in which case they'll cut strand by strand. It may take hours to go through one cable. After they cut the one end, they'll stretch it across the track and have a train come by and cut the other end. In some cases, it trips the train, puts it in emergency. So it creates a hazardous condition.
Police say 700 feet of cable had already been stolen from the tracks on the Manhattan Bridge yesterday before the B, D, and Q trains shut down. It was only when the remaining cables overheated and burned out a signal connection that the system came to a screeching halt during the morning rush hour. The problem with copper theft actually peaked in 1991, but the transit police say it's still a serious problem. They've been able to lower the incidence of copper theft by forming a task force that pursues this and makes arrests full-time. And cops are certain that just a few of the thieves, whom they call the main players, are doing 70% of the stealing. The arrests lead to jail time, but so far never more than 8 months for what the courts call a victimless crime. But Lieutenant John Romero says there very well could be victims, and he'd like to see tougher sentences.
Cable theft can result in the train being stuck in a station, smoke condition, resulting in people possibly dying. So it's really a serious issue, and we need to get more jail time on these individuals.
In most cases, the cable is only labeled on the rubber casing that surrounds it, usually with the words Transit Authority or TA. The new cable, though, will have the same label stamped along one strand of the wire, making it easier for cops to identify stolen property and make arrests. Can they stop the stealing? Lieutenant Romero says, hey, the main players are persistent, but so are we. Lisa Castleman, Channel 2 News.
A Bronx mother is under arrest this evening, charged with drowning her newborn baby. When the baby girl was found last weekend in a toilet, 26-year-old Thelma Stewart said she had miscarried.
But the medical examiner later determined the baby had drowned, and last night police arrested Stewart. Police say Stewart was still on probation from a 1988 conviction for child abuse. And a teenage mother was arrested today in Manhattan after police say she abandoned her 3-week-old son. Police say 16-year-old Naomi Carrero left the baby in front of a Midtown building after telling a woman there she was tired and could no longer care for him. The woman called police, who arrested Carrero a few blocks away. The baby is now with an aunt, and Carrero's 1-year-old is with a grandmother.
In world news tonight, President Clinton is stepping up the U.S. role in Bosnia. Today he gave tentative approval to a plan that includes military action but stops short of an invasion by ground troops. That decision followed nearly 4 hours of meetings between the president and his top advisors. The plan reportedly authorizes airstrikes against Serb positions in Bosnia, but full details will not be released until the U.S. has a chance to consult with its allies. Secretary of State Warren Christopher is already on his way to Europe.
This problem is at the heart of Europe's future. Our efforts will be undertaken with our partners. We're ready to play our part, but others must be as well.
At last-minute peace talks this weekend in Greece, Serbian leaders are being urged to sign the agreement already signed by Croats and Muslims. But even as the peace talks continue, so does the fighting. 4 people died today in Sarajevo in fighting around that city's cathedral. What is the feeling here at home about taking a tougher stand against the Serbians? Recent polls say Americans are split. Today, some New Yorkers had definite opinions.
I think we should go ahead and bomb them to the degree that we need to. Otherwise, our verbalizations about being against genocide are just empty air.
Not ground troops or bombing.
I don't think there should be any involvement. I'm one of those folks who sort of believes that we have our hands full here at home.
A group of Jewish Holocaust survivors held a rally today in Manhattan appealing to President Clinton not to bomb the Serbians, but to find another way to end the killing.
We feel it is unwarranted even to talk about bombing anyone. What we need is negotiations, negotiations, and negotiations.
President Clinton is expected to make his final decisions about U.S. action in Bosnia after Secretary of State Christopher returns from Europe. Yeah.
And coming up, a possible discovery amidst the ashen remains of the Branch Davidian compound. And tennis star Monica Seles gets a visit in the hospital from a fellow competitor.
But first, an unusual Saturday trial in a Newark courtroom. With these alleged thieves truly innocent, we'll explain. And yes, it's spring cleanup time, including the local beaches.
Meet Diana Moore. She's smart, not because she reads the Canterbury Tales in Middle English or knows the incubation period of an ostrich egg. She's smart because she bought Savings Bank life insurance from her community savings bank. At age 30, Diana's first-year premium was just $84 for $100,000 worth of SBLI. Now that's pretty smart. SBLI, the smart way to buy life insurance. SBLI. Call 1-800-GET-SBLI.
Predictably wonderful, wonderfully unpredictable. The Parker Meridian Hotel, New York and the world.
Toro Recycler lawnmowers have a patented cutting system with extra cutting power designed to give you a clean lawn even in tall grass. So unlike most mulching mowers, Toro Recycler lawnmowers can cut even grass this high without leaving behind messy clumps of grass clippings, which means the only thing a Toro Recycler does leave behind is most mulching mowers. Recycler lawnmowers, only from Toro. Check the yellow pages for the Toro dealer nearest you.
Love to say no, no, no. Love to say no, no, no.
Now buy this roomy Dodge Spirit with no money down and $1,000 cash back.
No, no, no.
Dodge Spirit. Imagine 6-passenger seating for under $11,100 and make no payments till August.
Love to say no, no. Love to say no.
No payments on Spirit till August. No kidding.
No, no, no.
What's your name?
But how well have they learned?
I think maybe it's down this way, you think?
Channel 2 News puts children to the test.
I'll buy you an ice cream cone.
Does your child know when to say no to a stranger?
She usually doesn't talk to people she doesn't know.
The answer might shock you.
Well, I'm surprised, really.
You think you're monitoring your child.
It's a special report no parent should miss.
I mean, it's New York.
Stranger danger.
I think it's going to make a lot of parents more aware.
Sunday at 11 on Channel 2 News.
Today in Newark, a mock trial for a very real problem. The problem is car theft, and although the defendants and jurors at today's trial were pretending, officials hope it will be a real-life lesson for Newark's teens. J.J. Gonzalez with a story.
It was packed at the Essex County Courthouse. Two young men accused of car theft and armed robbery, a case important enough to bring out the Essex County prosecutor and the sheriff to the courtroom on a Saturday.
Donald Driver, this defendant, I will prove to you, pointed a gun at Mr. Pedestrian.
Until he proves to you each and every element of each of the crimes that my clients are charged with, you must presume that they are innocent.
And truly, they were innocent. This was a mock trial. Both the defendants were chosen from the teenage spectators. So was the jury and one witness. All of the others in the courtroom were really judges, lawyers, bailiffs, police officers, and the trial proceeded like a real one. The mock trial is part of an intensive new program for teens in Newark. It's aimed at getting teens to give up stealing cars, a crime that had become a macho game of Russian roulette with the law among teenagers. Some of the teens at the trial had trouble with the law. Others have never even had words with a cop.
Just in terms of looking at the violence within our community, and also the fact that we're losing a lot of youth to it.
We believe with the fertilization of the good with the bad that hopefully we might be able to change the tide.
The defendants were accused of stealing a car and the armed robbery of a gold chain. Their case was given to a jury of their peers.
There was no evidence that somebody else could have taken that car.
The spectators made their own decision.
And they'll
gonna be guilty because they lying. They all lying.
I feel they should stick them.
How do you find not guilty?
Although this is a mock trial, don't doubt that it has an effect on the people in the audience.
In a case like this, I mean, it can go either way, so my advice, don't get involved in stuff like this.
Sends me a message not to ever try anything that they're doing.
And prosecutors say it seems to be working, with Newark seeing a dramatic downturn in the number of carjackings from last year. J.J. Gonzalez, Channel 2 News.
It's too bad the teenagers had to be in class today. It was a great day to be at the beach, and at Jones Beach today, an army of volunteers helped ready the sands for the summer season. Although there were sunny skies and calm waters today, on the beach is the debris left over from December's fierce nor'easter. So more than 600 volunteers scoured the beach today in a cleanup effort sponsored by the Janssen Swimsuit Company.
It's a mess. I can't believe how much branches, wood, nails, garbage that you found out on here.
We picked up a big piece of wood and some glass and stuff.
We're out to clean up the beach. Look forward to the summer.
It's wonderful for us. It gets the beaches ready. Memorial Day weekend is just around the corner.
And Norbeck estimates the volunteers picked up more than 4 tons of debris today. They also got T-shirts and a free lunch for their efforts.
Air temperature's good, but I think the water's still a bit chilly. Well, coming up, the smoky remains of the Branch Davidian compound yield a possible discovery crews have been searching weeks to find.
But first, a look at the weather. And did we get an eyeful today? It was gorgeous out there. Elaine Lewis tells us if it will continue next.
Kitchen's adorable, isn't it?
Sit down in it, maybe.
Sit down, she wants everything. Is this fabulous or what? Small. Which of you wants the place?
I'll take it.
Oh, that's a certified check, I mean. First and last, and don't forget the security.
At Chemical, we guarantee you'll see a teller in under 7 minutes, or we'll pay you $5.
You're gonna love it here. Fabulous. Oh, doll. Listen, don't worry, I got a great place for you in the village. It's very artistic and it's you.
Come see castles and knights. Explore legends, be bold. Conquer dragons, cross countries, hear tales being told. Adventures waiting, there's no time to waste. Come see, come conquer, there's only one place.
Tuesday.
You have nothing to fear, ever.
After the CBS movie Prophet of Evil. Take a first-hand look inside Urval LeBaron's deadly cult.
I was commanded to marry him.
Find out how he turned his followers' faith into murder.
I did what I was told to do.
Hear the chilling truth behind his legacy of terror.
When Urval died, he left behind a hit list, killing his
Prophet of Evil.
Everything we did,
The real story.
we did for God.
Tuesday at 11 on Channel 2 News.
Steady dividends are the hallmark of a blue chip investment, and a 1993 Cadillac is a blue chip. It comes with Cadillac owner privileges, continuing dividends like trip interruption protection, even free roadside service if you're locked out or out of gas.
Now drive a 93 Cadillac DeVille for only $449 a month on a 24-month lease. See your Cadillac Tri-Statesman.
And enjoy the dividends.
Quality time for us is reading wonderful stories together.
For the experience of a lifetime, make time to read with your children.
Well, we're happy to say the month of May is off to a picture-perfect start in the Big Apple. Just ask any of these sun worshipers in Central Park. They don their shorts and swimsuits and literally turn the Sheep's Meadow into an ocean of bodies. More active folks rollerbladed, ran, or rode their bikes.
Just do something. Get out there today. Elaine, repeat. How about it?
Yes, listen, it was a great week. Last week, it was a great day today, and we are looking at another terrific week. The high today was 82. That didn't break the record. The record was 84, but we did come close. And right now, we have nice clear skies outside, wind out of the south at 7 miles an hour, and it is still really beautiful outside. The temperature in New York City, 68 degrees, and a little bit cooler out there on Long Island. Now take a look at the national radar and you'll see that some people in this country have not been having the terrific weather that we've been having. In the midsection of the country from Lake Superior all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico, there's been a large area of rain. Not our problem. We're not even going to get that rain, it looks like, until maybe next Thursday. This is what we've got. Lots of nice warm air in our area. Actually, from here all the way down to South Florida, the temperatures have been pretty uniform. You don't have to go anywhere. Stay right here in our backyard. And you'll notice that on the sunshine indicator, the sun intensity, this is the thing you really have to watch out for, because tomorrow, May 2nd, you'll have a sun intensity that's just like August 10th, meaning that you can get quite a burn out there, and especially if you're near the coast where it's going to be colder, you might not be aware of it, but it's a very strong sun. So for tonight, a lovely night, nice clear skies, and temperatures in the 50s. And for tomorrow, another beautiful day, sunshine when you wake up, the temperature is getting warmer during the day, and maybe not quite as warm as today, but just an absolutely beautiful day. And the 5-day outlook looking absolutely wonderful. Nice warm temperatures all the way through the week and getting warmer even as we get toward the end of the week. So we're doing very, very well in the weather department.
We love it. Keep it up.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Elaine.
Well, coming up next, tennis star Monica Seles recovers in the hospital after yesterday's stabbing attack.
New information that her attacker may have been a deranged fan of one of her toughest competitors.
With its speed-sensitive rack and pinion steering, double wishbone suspension, and Formula One-inspired engine, the Acura Integra could appear financially unapproachable. As it turns out, it's not. Test drive the Integra at your Tri-State Acura dealer.
Homeowners, if you're looking for the easy way to get a home equity credit line account at rates as low as this, listen to Bud Bash.
We're shooting for a new goal, $100 million in new loans. That means we'll be making loans to a lot of people with good credit, people who've had credit problems, even people who've had trouble getting a loan in the past. Call Personal Mortgage Corporation. When it comes to second mortgages, we approve, and with $100 million to lend, the faster the better.
Shoplifters caught in the act are caught on tape. And see the new Bigfoot video on the next hard copy, tonight at 7.
Investigators in Waco, Texas may have identified the remains of cult leader David Koresh. The county sheriff tells the Dallas Morning News that investigators have tentatively identified Koresh's body after finding it with some of Koresh's personal belongings. Of the 72 bodies which were found, investigators say 17 appear to be children. Only 5 bodies are still at the compound. They are the 5 killed in the original February 28th shootout with federal agents.
Police say the man who stabbed tennis star Monica Seles yesterday had been waiting all week for his chance. Police say the man arrested had been a center court spectator all week. He reportedly told police he stabbed Seles so Steffi Graf could regain the #1 spot. After hearing that news, Graf today paid a visit to Seles in the hospital. Seles was not seriously hurt, but doctors say her injury will probably keep her off the court for at least a month.
2 of the 7 astronauts aboard Columbia have now voluntarily become human guinea pigs. Today they held a zero-gravity press conference explaining one experiment in which 2 astronauts were injected with nearly 2 quarts of saline solution. It's intended to get rid of some of the unpleasant side effects of weightlessness, but one astronaut said the only immediate side effect was an urgent need to go to the bathroom.
We know how bad that can be.
2 quarts of any fluid in you, I guess.
Right now, get a quarter roaster with cornbread and your choice of 2 sides.